and tapped Brock out. That was also his first fight in the UFC. So, you know, we'll see how he looks this time. I mean, honestly, I don't think Mir has a chance in hell.
I don't think so.
It's a fight, you know what I mean, and one punch or one submission hold, and that's that, you know what I mean. So we've got Lesnar Mir on that card. We've got those of you guys that watch The Ultimate Fighter on Thursday nights. We've got two coaches from this past season are fighting, Michael Bisping and Dan Henderson. Another huge fight, and then on the undercard, well, three main events. We also have George St. Pierre against Diego Alvarez. So we're going to talk about that. Me and Matt Boone, is going to be up here in hour number 3 at about 9 o'clock, depending on how long me and Jose go. Hopefully we'll be able to go to 9 o'clock and then get Boone up here at 9 and go 9 to 10. We don't have ECW tonight. It's going to air on Thursday this week. 4 hours of wrestling this Thursday.
That's going to be interesting Thursday. If you follow those 4 hours, it's going to, you know, you got ECW, Superstars, and TNA. So it's going to be an interesting night Thursday night. For sure. Do you get Superstars? See, we don't get that up here, so I can't. Yeah, I don't get it either. I occasionally, you know, when I go online, I'll do my little research and I'll find a copy of Superstars and I'll go ahead and view it, and it's interesting. I mean, it's just like another Heat or something like that type of format.
Yeah. So we'll get through all of this, and then live chat room. I forgot to plug the live chat room, WZROnline.com /chat. Look at all the people in there tonight. Lots of them, huh? Not bad for Tuesday night, baby. They're learning the routine, Jose. Tuesday.
They're coming through. We just got to keep on. You know what I've noticed recently, though, is I've noticed a lot less guests and a lot more names appearing on, and that's what we always kind of stress it. If you log in, click on guest, you have a guest number. It doesn't take no more than 2 minutes to register. It's simple, it's free, it's easy. Then we know exactly who you are. We do our little shout-outs to our chat rooms, and it's always cool to hear your tag announced over the air.
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna do chat shout-outs here, like Jose said, in hour number 2. And then another thing with the guests, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people come and they check us out the first time, and then, you know, if they don't like us, they take off, and that's the last we see of them. But the guys that do stick with us, they go and register. So it's always a good sign to see more registered usernames in the chat. All you guys got to do is go to TalkShoe.com and register a chat name over there. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and then on a weekly basis, you guys come and log in with that username and password. You can get it protected, and it's much better. Plus, we'll shout you out in hour number 2. You know what I mean? So WZROnline.com /chat to get to the live chat room. One other thing, Jose, before we get into Monday Night Raw from last night and the Edge injury as well, and then any other news bits that we can find. Earlier today, we brought it up last week, talked a little bit about it, but Michael Jackson was basically laid to rest. They did a public service for him at the Staples Center today. Did you catch that or no?
Actually, no. But I enjoyed the high-speed chase that you sent me the link yesterday from Houston.
Oh, my God. You know what? We're going to talk about that after Michael Jackson. Remind me because I'll probably forget after we get done with Michael here. But they had basically a public memorial service today at the Staples Center. And, you know, I was reading the chat comments before we came on live on the air here, and a lot of people said Michael, pedophile, da-da-da-da-da. We said it last week. I mean, even if you didn't like Michael Jackson, you knew at least 5 of his songs. You know what I mean? If they came on the radio, you would know a Michael Jackson song if you heard it. We played a few before we came on the air here tonight. My production is it's horrible, so I don't know if you got to hear him that good. But you know, so be it. The guy went to court and he was proven innocent, right? And they never were able to convict him on anything. So that's where it stands. You know what I mean? And you cannot deny that the guy was, you know, Lil Wayne 20 in the chat room says he was a legend, and that's,
he's a pioneer in the music industry, and there's so many individuals out there that envy that, and unfortunately, those are ones that have a less kinder comment about his career. That's the first thing they emphasize. And to each their own. If someone wants to critique someone, I mean, they certainly have the chance to speak their mind. But the man was a legend, exactly what Lil Wayne said, and he was a pioneer in the industry, and he's going to be greatly missed.
Yeah, but when you have people say Michael Jackson, Raw general manager next week, and things like that, you know what I mean? I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, there's always people out there that's going to be tasteless.
I know.
It's unfortunately someone's death is considered humorous in some sort of way, that's just everyone's to each their own.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, if that person that was talking the trash earlier on were to die, would they want people to laugh at them? Obviously not.
Of course, and that's the mentality that they're not thinking. It's just immature type of attitude.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess just maybe young kids, you know what I mean, that still have to grow up. But I don't know. I mean, he was probably classified as one of the top three, Elvis and the Beatles, and then Michael Jackson as well. No particular order there, but so that was sad. And then his oldest kid got up there, and she struggled at the end, man. She what a way to end that. I mean, if you guys saw it, you know what I'm talking about, and you'll see it all over the news when his daughter Paris got up there and basically, said my dad was the best daddy in the whole world, and it was brutal to watch, man. I had to take a sip of the Pepsi after that, man. That you know what I mean? I mean that was pretty vicious to end the show. I mean it was a good way to end the show, but man, I couldn't imagine the people that were there live. So we'll have to see what the cause of death is here in the next few weeks, and we'll see where we go from there. You're telling me to move on, and that is somber. You know what I mean? It is somber. What can you say? We got to move on. Let's go to a car chase from what was that, Monday?
Yeah, it was. What's today? Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. You guys know I'm all about. I'm a news freak. I'm a gossip freak. I'm all over TMZ. I'm all over Perez Hilton, and I'm all over the gossip and CNN. But man, yesterday there was a police chase up there, right? It was out of Houston, Texas, I believe, and wow, Jose, wow, my man,
it was good. I mean, if you guys follow like police chases, Real Story from Highway Patrols, any of those type of cop shows, this one was a doozy. The dude was holding his own for a good half hour.
Well, they had him clocked at like 120 miles an hour on the freeway. You know what I mean? And the guy was just going. And
this is a minivan, mind you. This is a minivan. So if for your dads that that want the sports car, but you can't because you have kids and you need to buy a minivan, I would recommend that one because that one did pretty well on the street.
Yeah. And you know when you're on the highway, right? And there's those little the dividers where the cops sit in the middle. You know what I mean? The U-turn spots. I mean, this guy he'd go 10 blocks one way, and then he'd turn around and he'd come back the other way. And then he'd go 10 blocks, and then he'd come around. And then he kept going back and forth in this huge circle. And then he'd drive through parking lots and through parking garages, and he'd come out the other side, just basically messing with the police. And then he drove into a parking garage, and we all thought it was over, right? And the guy comes running out the top. He pulled in at the bottom of the parking garage, and the guy comes running out the top of the parking garage
that he's trying to hold, which
probably
robbed somebody.
He's got like a stolen pocketbook or something, and he's running across. I mean, I thought it was over. I mean, a good 10 or 15 minutes passed where there was nothing, but the helicopter was still flying overhead, and then you see this guy just randomly appear and run across the top of the parking garage. That was
and then he leaped. He did a big show. He leaped from the parking lot.
Yeah, off onto the pavement below, about 20, 30-foot drop.
Kind of remind me of that when Eric Bischoff when he had supposedly during a WCW show the Big Show was thrown off the roof, or the Giant at that time.
It was crazy. That was one one of the wildest police video chases that I've seen in quite some time. So yeah,
that was cool. It was definitely
definitely. I'm surprised you brought that up, my man. I forgot about that from you. No doubt. All right, so basically that's it. What else? What else do I have here? I did a quick little show file here with just basically the raw results and the Edge injury. So that's about it. We covered the Jackson funeral. Stephen McNair passed away this past week as well, which they're thinking that's a murder-suicide where the girlfriend, he actually had a wife and kids, and I guess he had a mistress on the side, and she shot and killed him. I think that's what they believe, but that was a pretty big one, too, from last week as well, No TNA Impact tapings tonight. They taped those a few weeks ago. SmackDown spoilers and ECW, they're taped as well.